morning. I'm Father Rayappa. We have been discussing about the laws of biology, the laws of creation. Genesis chapter 1 and 2, they talk about the laws given by the Creator to the creatures, especially humans. Humans should understand that. But ironically, humans, they don't understand, but the other creatures have understood them. So far, there was no friction between in the relationship between creation and the creatures. But now I'm afraid only humans put pressure on this relationship. So we need to understand that. Already I have told you two laws. One is, the first law is dominion, subdue the earth. That is Genesis 1:26, first one. And the second law we discussed about Genesis 1:28, be fruitful and multiply. I think we have taken it so seriously, and we have produced 7 billion peoples on earth, and that is not sustainable. We discussed that. So today we are going to discuss about Genesis 1:29. Nobody talks about it. Nobody writes about it. Pope doesn't write it, and cardinals don't write it. Archbishops and bishops and priests and the religion seem to silent when it comes to Genesis 1:29. You know what it is? Vegetarian diet. The Creator has prescribed plants, fruits, nuts. These are the diet for all creatures, especially humans, mammals. There are about 4,600 mammals today live on earth, and they are all vegetarians, most of them. But only few, like humans, we are dysfunctional, I told you. And we are supposed to eat vegetables. That is what the Creator intended. That is the law of biology. I told you, every law we break, we are outlaws. That is what we are. Every one of us should be in the jail. So we broke every law. And every day we are breaking the same law. Genesis 1:29, please read it. Tells you vegetarian diet. And we don't have a non-vegetarian diet's traits in our body. We don't have a long claws. We don't have a big canine tooth. We don't have chemicals also within. We don't have taurine. Only 2 species eat of meat. One is the dog family and the cat family. So only those creatures are exempted to eat meat. So today we don't have taurine inside, the chemical which breaks the food we eat. In animals like cats and dogs, they are designed to eat meat, and chemicals inside, they can break the food easily. But for us, breaking the meat, those chemicals, we are not efficient, only vegetables. And another sign I want to tell you, if you are a meat eater, you wouldn't go and buy and come home and you put it in oil or in water, boil and eat it. You would eat right away. When you buy a raw meat, you will eat raw meat. Why you bring it and cook it and you eat it? So you have to transform that meat into something else. So you are not designed to eat meat. So lot of troubles, lot of problems. There are number of scientific researches available on the internet. You can type it, vegetarian and non-vegetarian, or vegetarian versus non-vegetarian researches, and they tell you very openly. And non-vegetarian people, they are more prone to anger, aggression, violent attitudes, and greed, selfishness. All those bad habits, all those bad virtues associated with the meat eaters. On the other hand, the vegetarians display compassion and empathy and non-violent attitudes, patience, forgiveness, all those good stuff. And it is not a hypothesis I'm talking about, it's a reality, scientifically proven. You know Homer, the Greek writer Homer, Odyssey. and Iliad. He wrote two epics, Iliad and Odyssey. In Iliad, Homer writes that because the Greeks, they were going and fighting with the people, those who were inhabiting in other islands. So Homer says every day they increased the meat ration the previous day of the war. Tomorrow war means today they eat meat all day. More ration will be given. Eat meat, eat meat. So tomorrow morning they have to fight with the enemy in the war. So they go and fight it because the meat gives you aggression and violent attitude and you become very angry. Even in America, the Gulf War in the 1990-91, there was a report that American soldiers were fed a lot of meat the day before the war. They ate meat so much. They always increase the meat rations so that they will eat and they get aggressive, violent and strong to fight the enemy. In every war, even in Tamil Sangakala Ilakyam also talks about it. The soldiers are fed meat before the war. So that tells you how evil we become by eating meat alone. I'm telling you physical reasons, biological reasons, and moral reasons, ethical reasons. They will tell you no, don't kill your brothers and sisters. After all, they are all belong to our family according to St. Francis. Even according to biology, we share the same elements of biology, adenine, guanine, thymine, cytosine, all these elements, very common. Banana also has them, and housefly has them, and monkeys have them, fish have them, trees have them, and humans also have them. The same bloodline is prescribed in our biology. We are all brothers and sisters. When you hurt one animal, you are hurting yourself. That's what Jainism, the Indian old religion called Jainism, says. So in their scriptures, Acharanga Sutra, beautifully written, when you hurt a small ant, you have hurt the humanity and the whole world. When you saved one ant, you have saved the whole humanity. Such a beautifully written wisdom in Acharanga Sutra in Jainism. So I think we need to understand that the Creator has prescribed and we don't talk about it. Even in the sermons, we talk loud about Genesis 1:26, dominion the earth, subdue the earth, everything is created for humans, and go and take everything. This kind of thing we shout in the pulpits and in the churches everywhere. But how many sermons you heard on Genesis 1:29 talking about vegetarian diet? I think nobody talks. Nobody talk about it. Sad, very sad, isn't it? So I think we should give importance, equal importance at least. When you talk about 1:26, just 3 verses down if you come, entirely a different story. So why don't you read that and probably write some books on the text? I'm going to write one book on that, of course. So today it's already high time to dig. When you read this kind of biblical text, that gives you a focus, that gives you a ethical motive. It's an ethical motive, and you will do it. So, my dear brothers and sisters, let us show some compassion to creation. By not eating, you are saving the natural world, and you are not taking their rights, you are not interfering in their rights of existence. Every life on earth has existential rights to be, to flourish, and to fulfill the role for the common good of this community, isn't it? So everybody is selfish, and chicken, pigs, fish, cows, all those creatures, what we consider as food web, and they have life, and they have rights, they have pain. They also have selfishness like us. Their babies are important for them. For crow, their own chicks are important. For a snake, their own little snakes are important. Frogs, they are important for their own species. Like us, our children are important to me or for you. In the same way they also feel, no, isn't it? Isn't it? I think why we do that? What's wrong with us, with the human species? Why do you kill them? Such a bloodshed on planet Earth. When you see blood, when you eat blood, and you want to take blood again and again, there's no difference between taking a blood of a chicken or a blood of a human. It's only a matter of time. One leads to the other. Among all the convicts, 100 convicts interviewed in America, all of them, at least 95 to 96%, they told them that while they were small little children, they were abusing animals. And then they became killers. Every one of them, it started very early age. And every convict told, when I was a little child, I killed my cat, I hit my dog, I was persecuting other little creatures. So see, it started very early, and slowly it leads to homicide at last. So the killers also say that. You know, the Boston Strangler, you must have read it. Boston Strangler from America, he openly acknowledged that when he was a small little kid, he was abusing and killing dogs and cats. So slowly, and then he killed so many women, like 15 or 20 women in Boston. So I think the violent attitudes, non-vegetarian habits create violence in us. Absolutely yes. And I think we need to go back to our vegetarian diet. All our species in our genus, like orangutan, bonobo, chimpanzee, and gorilla, and siamang, and gibbons, most of the primates, most of the monkeys and apes, all of them are vegetarians. Then how come we also belong in the same family and genus? How come we are dysfunctional? Our nearest cousin chimpanzee eats only vegetarian diet. The biggest creature in our family is gorilla, eats only vegetables. Then how come we? Why? I think it is a dysfunctionality. I think humanity should become better. According to Prophet Isaiah, in the chapter 11 we read so beautifully, lion will eat grass. Lion is going to become a vegetarian in the future. That is what Prophet Isaiah envisions. He wants to have a whole world vegetarian. And actually he predicts, he prophesies that whole world is going towards vegetarianism. And a lamb shall lie next to the lion. If the lion has to lie down with the lamb peacefully, I think humans should do it first. Isn't it? So Prophet Isaiah's vision, nobody should hurt anything, even for food. Non-violence. Absolute ahimsa in the future world. I think the first thing to do is we should realize that probably we could start not inflict any pain on creation. It's always from nature we learn, at least in this one time. Why can't creation learn from us? And we have got mind and we have got heart, ecological intelligence, ecological conscience. So much of stuff we boast about our brain. Why don't you give one example? This is our chance. As I told you, all wisdom comes from nature. We learn from nature ultimately. According to that law, only lion is going to teach us. It's going to lie down to the lamb peacefully. It's not going to eat. And then we learn, wow, lion is not eating the lamb. Okay, that is the small hint that we should become a vegetarian. That is the thing what we are going to do after all. But what I am telling, let animals learn from us. Wow, this man is not killing anymore. They are all lovers of all creation. So let us also become vegetarians. So through mutations it is possible. Today the science has proven even a lion can become a vegetarian. It is scientifically true because through mutation everything is possible. Even a rabbit can become non-vegetarian through mutation. So I think our mutation, something, most of the mutations are very wrong, very bad. So that's what occurred in our biology a few million years ago. I think through mutation we can get out of this non-vegetarian dysfunctionality, and we can obey the law prescribed in Genesis 1:29. Vegetables, fruits, nuts. This is what the law creator has prescribed to all the animals. So humans, read it and understand it and put it in practice. And this world will be a place with full of harmony, order, and peace. And God bless you, and you have a nice day.